Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves for the heartbreaking news that has shattered the rock world. The Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, has slipped away into eternal night, leaving behind a legacy of thunderous riffs and unbreakable spirit that will echo forever in our souls. Born John Michael Osbourne on December 3, 1948, in the gritty streets of Birmingham, England, Ozzy rose from humble beginnings to become the snarling voice of heavy metal as the lead singer of Black Sabbath, pioneering a genre with earth-shaking anthems like Iron Man, Paranoid, and War Pigs that defined rebellion and darkness for generations. His explosive departure from the band in 1979 only fueled his solo triumph, unleashing iconic albums like Blizzard of Oz and No More Tears, featuring blistering hits such as Crazy Train and Mama, I'm Coming Home, earning him Grammy Awards, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and inductions into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with Sabbath in 2006 and the UK Music Hall of Fame. But Ozzy's life was a whirlwind of raw emotion and chaos, battling ferocious demons of drug and alcohol addiction that nearly claimed him multiple times. He found his anchor in his devoted wife Sharon, whom he married in 1982 after a stormy romance, raising a family that captured hearts worldwide through their hilariously candid reality show The Osbournes, where we witnessed his tender vulnerability amid the madness, including his kids Amy, Kelly, and Jack, and later his courageous fight against Parkinson's disease diagnosed in 2019, which he faced with that signature defiant grit. Tragically, on July 22, 2025, in the quiet sanctuary of his home near Chalfont Street, Giles in Buckinghamshire, England, Ozzy's larger-than-life heart gave out to a sudden and devastating heart attack at the age of 76, just weeks after an emotional farewell concert with Black Sabbath that felt like a poignant goodbye, as an air ambulance rushed in vain to save the icon who had cheated death so many times before. The world erupted in grief as news spread like wildfire, with fans flooding social media in tears, sharing stories of how his music saved them from their own darkness, while celebrities poured out their shattered hearts. Elton John hailed him as a true friend and trailblazer who revolutionized rock. Alice Cooper called him an eternal rock and roll legend whose wild energy inspired us all. Gene Simmons tearfully admitted owing his career path to Ozzy's fearless support. Ronnie Wood of the Rolling Stones expressed deep sadness over losing such a vibrant soul after his touching final show. Billy Joe Armstrong simply wrote no words. "We love you, Ozzy," in a gut-wrenching post, and his Black Sabbath bandmates posted a simple yet profound "Ozzy Forever," joined by tributes from Youngblood, Brian May, Judas Priest, Megadeth, Pantera, David Beckham, and Rod Stewart, all echoing the shock and sorrow of a loss that feels like the end of an era. Public outpourings included heartbreaking reflections on Sharon's last photo with him, sparking waves of empathy and love for the family left in unimaginable pain, reminding us all of the fragile humanity behind the legend. In this moment of profound loss, let us hold on to the fire Ozzy ignited in our hearts, the man who bit the head off conformity and taught us to embrace our inner madness with unapologetic passion. Rest in chaotic peace, dear Ozzy. Your voice will scream through the ages, leaving us forever changed and eternally grateful for the wild ride you gave us. Thank you for the music, the memories, and the unbreakable spirit that will never truly die. Hold on to your hearts, folks, because the world has lost a beacon of warmth and talent that lit up our screens and souls for decades. Malcolm Jamal Warner, the beloved son we all grew up with as Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show, has tragically left us far too soon, leaving a void that echoes with laughter, life lessons, and unbreakable charm. Born on August 18, 1970, in Jersey City, New Jersey, Malcolm burst into our lives as a child prodigy, enchanting audiences from age 9 with early roles in shows like Fame and Matt Houston, but it was his iconic portrayal of the mischievous yet heartfelt Theo on the groundbreaking sitcom The Cosby Show from 1984 to 1992 that made him a household name, earning him a Primetime Emmy nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series in 1986 and helping the show redefine Black family life on television, topping ratings and winning hearts worldwide with its blend of humor, wisdom, and cultural impact. His career soared beyond that, starring as the quick-witted Malcolm McGee in the hilarious Malcolm and Eddie alongside Eddie Griffin from 1996 to 2000, blending comedy with real-life vibes on UPN, then charming us as Dr. Alex Reed in Read Between the Lines with Tracy Ellis Ross from 2011 to 2015. And more recently captivating fans as the dedicated cardiothoracic surgeon Dr. A.J. Austin on The Resident from 2018 to 2023, while dipping into dramatic roles like Al Cowlings in American Crime Story, The People v. O.J. Simpson, and recurring spots on Sons of Anarchy and Alert, Missing Persons Unit. But Malcolm was so much more than an actor. He was a Grammy-winning musician and poet, snagging a 2015 award for Best Traditional R&B Performance with Robert Glasper Experiment and Layla Hathaway on their soul-stirring cover of Stevie Wonder's Jesus Children of America. and earning a 2023 nomination for his spoken word poetry album Hiding in Plain View, all while directing episodes of his own shows and launching the podcast Not All Hood in 2024 to dive deep into Black mental health and community facets with raw vulnerability. On a personal note, Malcolm was a devoted family man, cherishing his privacy as he navigated life as a loving husband and father to his young daughter, often crediting his single mother Pamela Warner for raising him with fierce independence after his parents' divorce when he was young, and he poured that grounded spirit into mentoring young artists and advocating for arts education, all while keeping his world shielded from the spotlight's glare. In a heartbreaking twist of fate that feels like a cruel wave crashing down, Malcolm met his untimely end on July 20, 2025, at the tender age of 54. While vacationing with his family in the sun-kissed paradise of Costa Rica, he was swimming in the turquoise waters near Playa Cockles in Limon province when a powerful rip current swept him under, leading to accidental drowning by asphyxia from submersion, despite desperate efforts by bystanders and surfers who pulled him to shore where Red Cross paramedics fought valiantly but ultimately declared him gone, his 8-year-old daughter rescued safely in the chaos that shattered an idyllic getaway into unimaginable sorrow. The news hit like a thunderbolt, sending shockwaves through Hollywood and beyond, with fans flooding social media in tears, reminiscing about Theo's ear-piercing antics and life-affirming episodes that shaped their childhoods, while celebrities unleashed a torrent of grief. Bill Cosby, his on-screen dad, called it devastating, like losing his own son again, praising Malcolm's dedication and recent musical triumphs. Tracy Ellis Ross, his TV wife from Read Between the Lines, poured out her broken heart, calling him warm, gentle, present, kind, thoughtful, deep, funny, elegant, and a light that made the world brighter. Eddie Griffin, his Malcolm and Eddie co-star, mourned his brother with whom he battled Hollywood and shared unbreakable love. Questlove hailed him as a multifaceted artist and friend. Jennifer Hudson, Taraji P. Henson, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Magic Johnson, and even Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock shared tributes, with Warnock noting how Theo felt like a brother to a generation. The resident colleagues at Fox remembered his warmth, kind heart, and lasting impact, and his mother Pamela broke her silence weeks later with a poignant message of peace, revealing he did not suffer in his final moments, that this was his time as his mission on Earth was complete, vowing to honor his legacy through arts mentorship and a public memorial. As we wipe away the tears, let's cling to the joy Malcolm brought us, the boy who grew into a man of profound depth and quiet strength, teaching us to embrace our vulnerabilities, chase our passions, and love fiercely. Rest easy, dear Malcolm. Your light may have dimmed in this world, but it shines eternally in our memories, a timeless reminder that true legacies are built on heart, not just headlines, and for that, we'll forever be grateful and forever changed. Hold on to your hearts, dear viewers, because the NFL world is reeling from a devastating loss that feels like a brutal tackle straight to the soul. Brian Brayman, the fiery underdog linebacker who clawed his way to Super Bowl glory with the Philadelphia Eagles, has tragically succumbed to a ruthless battle with cancer, leaving behind a legacy of grit, heart, and unbreakable spirit at just 38 years young. Born on May 4, 1987, in Spokane, Washington, Brian exploded onto the scene as an undrafted free agent from West Texas A&M, defying the odds to join the Houston Texans in 2011, where he became a special teams beast over 3 seasons, racking up tackles and earning a reputation as a relentless warrior who never backed down from a challenge. His career skyrocketed when he signed with the Philadelphia Eagles in 2014, playing 4 electrifying seasons and delivering a pivotal punt block in the 2018 playoffs that helped propel the team to their first-ever Super Bowl 52 victory against the New England Patriots, hoisting that Lombardi trophy as a symbol of his triumphant journey from overlooked talent to champion, all while amassing 47 tackles and becoming a locker room firestarter with his passionate speeches and unyielding energy. Off the field, Brian was a gentle giant with a heart as big as his 6'5" frame, a devoted single dad to his 2 precious daughters, aged 11 and 8, who were his everything, his legacy and his light, pouring love into them while keeping his private life grounded, often hosting friends like his agent Sean Stellato with open arms, giving up his own bed to ensure comfort, and embodying the underdog spirit that inspired everyone around him to fight harder and love deeper. In a heartbreaking turn that no one saw coming, Brian was diagnosed in February 2025 with a rare and aggressive form of brain cancer, plunging into a grueling 12-week treatment regimen in Seattle, Washington, enduring multiple surgeries and fighting with the same ferocity he brought to the gridiron. But tragically, on July 17, 2025, at the age of 38, he passed away peacefully with his young daughters by his side during those final 2 weeks, their presence a bittersweet comfort in his valiant but losing battle against this merciless disease that stole him far too soon. The outpouring of grief was immediate and overwhelming, with fans flooding social media in tears, sharing stories of his inspiring underdog tale and how his Super Bowl heroics united communities, while a GoFundMe soared past $88,000 in tributes to support his family. Celebrities and former teammates unleashed raw emotion. Eagles legend Torrey Smith called him a great man and absolute animal on the field, with a pure heart and legendary story. Emmanuel Acho broke down in tears on video, hailing him as a champion in life and a warrior in death who never complained despite hardships. JJ Watt donated $10,000 and tweeted, "Rest in peace, brother. Gone far too soon." Agent Sean Stellato wept over losing a firstborn-like figure, describing Brian as a gentle giant and staple for the underdog. Texans coach DeMeco Ryans shared a touching remembrance of his former teammate's spirit. The Eagles organization mourned their loyal teammate and community supporter who was key to our Super Bowl win, but above all a devoted father. The Texans extended prayers to his family, and even broadcasters like Adam Schefter and Deborah Roberts expressed shock at the loss of such a young, vibrant soul, all echoing the profound sadness of a life cut short but lived with unshakable grit. As we wipe away our own tears, let's remember Brian, not for the cancer that took him, but for the fire he ignited in all of us, the undrafted dreamer who became a Super Bowl king, the dad who loved fiercely, the warrior who faced every battle with heart and humility. Rest in eternal peace, Brian. Your story will forever inspire the underdogs among us to rise, fight, and cherish every moment, leaving a void in the world but an indelible mark on our souls that time can never erase.